Today's episode of The Keeg, we talk about everything that you need to know to get ready for Comic-Con. Steve, you getting ready for Comic-Con?
I am definitely getting ready for Comic-Con. This will be my 45th year of going to Comic-Con.
Dang, Steve, you're old.
I am.
Dan, you getting ready for Comic-Con?
I am not getting
Why?
ready for Comic-Con.
Wait, why not?
I'm not going.
How come?
Well, it's like, Comic-Con's like really crowded, so like, you get that sea of people, so I kind of have this like claustrophobia thing. So when people start getting like really kind of close to me and really up in my space, it's kind of hard to breathe, and like kind of, no, it's good. And that, like, if you could tell us more, Dan.
Coming at you from Comic Quest in sunny Lake Forest, California. This is The Keeg. I'm your host, Dimithri Perera, and today we are on the road to Comic-Con. We're obviously not at Comic-Con right now. This episode will come out right before Comic-Con. We'll be at Comic-Con, so stay tuned for that footage. But right now, we're leading up to it. We're prepping for it. I can't prep for it alone. That's why I've brought my two friends here. We got Dan Conder over to my left. Dan right here, you know it to be him because he did this.
Yeah,
right?
Signal, that's me.
Yeah. Is that a signal to your, like, hey, Mom, watch this episode?
Right, yeah,
this
just tug in the ear. I'm like,
Yeah.
Burnett. There you go.
That's for her. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Good.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me here. Yeah, fan of the series. You guys do good stuff here.
Thanks.
Very nerdy and very geeky, and I love it.
Yeah, first time on the show, right?
Yeah, first time.
For everybody's first time, we haze them.
Oh, okay.
So pull down your pants.
All right, let's do this.
No, please don't.
No. Okay,
that's
no.
off camera.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, we'll do that afterwards. To the left of Dan, we got Steve. Steve, how you doing?
I'm good.
The Professor and Marianne.
And the rest.
Yeah.
Is Don Wells much over Tina Louise?
How you doing, Steve?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's not your first time on the show.
No. And yeah, I just finished up one round of classes for the summer because I actually am a teacher. And
Steve's still in high school.
Yes, that's right. I keep getting held behind. I don't know. But yeah, I am definitely looking forward to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, same here. I mean, Dan, you're not going to con this year, right?
I'm not going to Comic-Con. Comic-Con is, I was talking to Steve before we recorded, like there was like a 3 or 4 year period where I tried to get like tickets every year.
Yeah.
And never got out of the waiting room ever. And I kind of just went, okay, we're just gonna let this one go. But like, cause it's one of those things where I'm not good with like a giant sea of people.
Yeah.
So I'm fine not going to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And crowd surfing, trying to get through Merchandise Alley and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because
Comic-Con is the crowded
Yeah.
it's the most crowded I've ever been in my life.
yeah. So yeah, like I've seen videos like on the floor and people there, and I'm like, I might punch somebody, but
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
especially. Here's one thing I'm not looking forward to. I keep checking the weather.
Yeah.
It's going to be about 80 degrees and about 80% humidity.
Okay.
Yeah. So I am not looking forward
So-
to that part of it at all.
you're gonna lose like 5-10 pounds.
Oh, yeah. And surrounded by other people who are also losing 5 or 10 pounds. It's going to be a wet, slimy experience.
I'm sure the smell is just gonna.
Oh, yeah. Comic-Con funk. Comic-Con funk is a real deal. It's so funny. Do we want to get into the...
Are you doing Stan Lee? Is that?
yes, true believers.
I was wondering, what's that voice?
I remember a time. No, I have my back in the day voice. That
Okay.
I will always try out. It's like,
Yeah. Here.
it's like, yeah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've been going. I wish I'd.
The year was 1945.
It was 1973 was the first time I went to Comic-Con, and back then the biggest celebrity at Comic-Con actually had something to do with writing and drawing comics.
What?
So, yeah, it was Neil Adams. Neil Adams was like, Mom, I gotta go. I was like in first year. It's like first year of high school. Let's see, 73. So I was 15 years old.
You're literally dating yourself.
I literally am.
All right. So there's a lot to look forward to Comic-Con. I want to skip forward to basically Entertainment Weekly every year does a Comic-Con issue, right? And they release pictures of movies that are going to come out, TV shows, and whatnot. A lot of the time, I feel like they release pictures of things that already. I've already seen a million pictures of or whatever, so it's not really anything new. But I feel like this year is a little bit different. A lot of the movies they've released photos of are movies that have been kept under wraps for the longest time. And so they're actually, a big deal when they release the photos. So, like, for instance, Entertainment Weekly just released a new photo of the Shazam movie. And it looks like a promotional still. Who knows if the scene will be in the movie. But it's Shazam, played by Zachary Levi, drinking a Coke or a cola, or it says cola on the box, with his best friend, Freddie Freeman, who in the comics is Captain Marvel Jr. But in this, it's just Freddie. Did you guys saw that photo?
Yeah. It's a really good photo.
Yeah, and I feel like they haven't released any, other than the behind the scenes leaks of Shazam, they haven't really released an official photo as of yet, other than that one.
Yeah,
right?
there's been a few behind the scenes ones, and kind of gives you an idea of the character and what they're doing with it. But this is one of the first really kind of. If it is a promotional still, it's a good still, but it might be in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, are you guys excited for the movie?
I am. I like. I keep wanting to say Captain Marvel because again, I'm old.
I want to call him Captain Marvel too, but nowadays I think everybody's given up on him being Captain Marvel, right?
Basically, they had to. It was just because causing too much trouble having to do with licensing and all that.
Yeah.
A very brief thing. Captain Marvel back in the 40s and 50s rivaled Superman as being popular among kids, and the company that ultimately became DC sued Fawcett because they said it was too close to their character of Superman. They won that lawsuit, so they basically gained all the rights to Captain Marvel, but then they let it sit fallow for decades, and of course then this other rival comic book company called Marvel showed up, and basically because DC let the copyright not really expire, but let the trademark expire. That's what I'm saying. Let the trademark expire. Marvel Comics came up with their version of Captain Marvel, and then when DC went to publish, they're like, "Wait, what the heck? We got Captain Marvel," and they went to publish. The Marvel sued them, said, "You can't. Marvel's trademarked by us now. You can't use that name on any promotional material." So that's why for a long times you could only have Power of Shazam or something of Shazam on the title, and then they would call him Captain Marvel inside. Well, for the New 52, they were like, "Well, let's screw it. He's Shazam. He can't."
The more you know.
The more you know, exactly.
Yeah. I think that we got to talk about Entertainment Weekly's Wonder Woman photos that came out. One was a nice, bright photo of Wonder Woman.
Yep.
She looks amazing. I don't know what they've changed with the costume, but she looks, as beautiful as ever.
It looks slightly more metallic, but that may
does,
be the
right?
lighting, the lighting on
Yeah.
It might be.
I mean, maybe they're just releasing a new toy, like the metallic costume Wonder Woman toy.
Yeah.
And whatever. It is what it is. They also released a new picture of Steve Trevor, which makes me ask how.
Question mark?
I don't understand.
It's either got to be, again,
Yeah.
just one
Yeah.
thing
What's
we're
your
talking-
idea that I hate?
So,
Tell us your idea that I hate.
So either they're going full on Wonder Woman TV series, and this Steve Trevor is the World War I Steve Trevor's great grandson or something, which I wouldn't mind only because I have that past with the TV series that's how they justified Lyle Wagner playing a Steve Trevor in the modern era while he was also Steve Trevor in World War II. So I don't mind that.
That's the idea that I hate.
Yeah,
because
that's the
it's
idea
so
that you
Back
hate.
to the Future, where they play. But that was a comedy where they play their own children and grandchildren and whatever.
Yeah.
I hate the idea that my great grandfather looked just like me,
Right.
and it's played by the same actor. It'd be like Sharon Carter and Peggy Carter if they were played by the same actress, and it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or I'm guessing there's some kind of time travel thing.
There is the picture of Kristen Wiig as, not as Cheetah, but as Barbara Minerva in the museum.
I love that casting. We'll see how it actually plays out.
It
may be ridiculous, but Kristen Wiig, I think that's a woman who can, in my eyes, kind of do no wrong.
Wonder Woman is the one movie, again, the one DC movie where it has my goodwill. Like, Patty Jenkins did such a good job in that first one where I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. Like, I'm willing to give you a chance. And like, so, like, Kristen Wiig has a great range, so I think she'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of footage or a lot of photos that Entertainment Weekly has released. Are you guys Doctor Who fans?
Yes.
I am.
I'm not caught up, but yes, I'm a big Doctor Who fan. At least in the new series.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, they on the cover of Entertainment Weekly, they had the new Doctor Who.
Jodie Whittaker.
You know,
That's another one. Jodie Whittaker. She's a good actress.
She's
I
great.
am more than willing to give her, an open mind.
Yeah.
But she's a woman.
Yeah.
it seems like years ago they announced the casting for this. Have they not had Doctor Who for a long time, or
about a year and a half.
they've been
Yeah.
off on the
I
hiatus?
think they had. I think Jodie did her Christmas special last year. I'm probably totally wrong on my dates because again I'm not caught up on Who.
Yeah.
But I think her season is going to be premiering soon.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, yell at me in comments. It's the internet. It's what it's made for.
Yeah, I had a hot take about English and British sci-fi, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to insult the Brits like that. So we're going to move on to another TV show that people may or may not be watching anymore is Walking Dead.
Yep. I'm in that category of not watching it.
Not watching.
Yeah,
I'm up to date with Walking Dead. I've given up on Fear the Walking Dead. Gave up on that like a season ago.
Never gave that a try.
There was one episode that really grossed me out and it shocked me, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. I haven't watched Walking Dead for about a year and a half. I'm about a season and a half behind at this point.
Well,
I don't even know what season we're on now.
Steve, you excited about Star Trek Discovery?
I am. I really like where the first season ended up.
Yeah.
I love the fact that all the fanboy complaints about Captain Lorca, and the fan theories actually kind of got borne out. And it was like, oh man, this guy's acting like a mirror universe. Spoilers again.
Do you watch it, Dan?
No. Big no. I'm not a Star Trek fan.
Okay.
How dare you?
The last Star Trek series that I watched with any regularity was Voyager.
Okay.
And I liked Voyager, but like I tried since then, and I don't know. There's something about Star Trek. Maybe it's just that internal. I'm a big Star Wars nerd, so maybe there's just that mental block that just won't let me get into it.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture of that reptilian, that Saurian?
Yeah, the Saurian thing.
Yeah. They say it's a species that we've seen before.
Yeah, somebody said that. Yeah, you see it briefly in Star Trek: The Motion Picture, like kind of in the background.
Is it not that one that Shatner fights?
No, that's a Gorn.
Okay, it's not a Gorn.
No,
It could be an albino Gorn.
No, Saurians are the ones that give you the brandy. I don't know. It's green.
Okay, the craziest cinematic twist, and I never saw the movie, but whatever. Anyway, Split, right? You guys see Split?
Yeah.
And at the end, they bring in
David Dunn.
David Dunn, and now they're doing a Glass movie where they have James McAvoy, Bruce Willis, and
Samuel L.
Samuel L. Jackson in that, and they released some photos for it in this new issue. Are you guys excited about that? It's so left field. It
is. I'm not a big Shyamalan fan.
Yeah.
As you said. I actually didn't see Split. I've seen Unbreakable, and I really like it.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's the last Shyamalan movie that I like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to go back and watch Split.
Uh-huh.
I've heard it's really good, and I really like James McAvoy. But I don't know. Like kind of said, like anytime I see like Shyamalan's name on something, it's like
They've taken his name off things, right?
Yeah.
okay.
I don't even know if his name was on the Split title, but
Yeah.
was his name on it?
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, in the credits,
I think
but like
that's-
on posters and stuff.
I think it was. I think that's why I didn't see it.
Yeah. And I avoided it for a while until I started hearing everyone saying, no, this is actually really good. It's Shyamalan back to being good Shyamalan. It's back to being unbreakable, Sixth Sense Shyamalan. I was like, all right. You realize we didn't talk about Aquaman at all.
Oh, we didn't talk about Aquaman at all. I'm just really excited about Aquaman and those pictures. It was number one on my list of things to talk about. We skipped around.
Yep.
And we were like, well, what do you guys think about the Aquaman photos?
I like them. There's a few of them that don't look dark and gritty at all, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah.
Including Amber Heard's red hair, red in capital letters. Red hair.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go crazy about something else, but all right, her red hair, yeah,
Oh my
her
God.
big hair.
Her big red hair.
Yeah.
That's the only, I was looking at that. Going, man, I hope that plays better in movement than it does in that still picture, because that still picture looks like an aerial wig
Oh,
from
well,
Party City.
I'm not going to nitpick on that. I mean, the picture with the Fisherman King
Yeah.
looks cool. They're going the whole 5 tribes of Atlantis, which is totally different than like the comics, because the comics it's just Atlantis and then Zebel, which is like the offshoot where Mara comes from. But like, I like the whole 5 tribes of Atlantis
Yeah,
thing.
I'm hoping that they're setting up Lori Lamaris, who we haven't seen in the comics in a couple of decades.
I doubt.
I want to see mer people.
Well, who knows? I mean, the Fisherman King looks like a mer person. I don't think he has legs.
Yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
see.
I don't
I haven't
know.
gone in depth with the pictures that much yet.
Yeah.
I really like the stills and things I've seen with Black Manta.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
great.
Yeah. Have you seen the statue that they released?
Yeah, yeah,
So you
that's
can
what-
see the full
Yeah.
like costume. It looks
I was worried that they were going to try to make it too real. I was like, oh, he just got red goggles or something. It's
Yeah.
like, no, he's got the full head and the full suit. And
yeah, that
it
would be
looks
the
really great.
Smallville version.
Right?
It would be like, hey, I'm a high school water polo player. I got red goggles.
I'm Black Manta.
They call me the Black Manta because I swim so good.
Yeah, and
no.
it's like Black Manta on the back of his like his Letterman jacket.
Yeah.
Like, okay, dude. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to Comic-Con. They're going to release trailers.
Oh, sure.
I'm super excited. You can, stay tuned to everything that the Keeg has to offer, and we're going to be filming the whole time and trying to release, all that stuff and keep people, up to date with everything that's going on in the Keeg. Hopefully, we'll have some interviews with some cool cosplayers, some man on the street interviews. Who knows what we'll have, but we have things planned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Steve, you'll be there,
I am going to be there.
but maybe next year, Dan. Like, maybe
We'll see.
Look, all I know is, although it is nuts to butts out there, it's super packed, sardines in a can.
As long as I look threatening
Yeah.
and I'm going to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Which I can totally pull off.
And do Edward Scissorhands and walk around con like this. I
Oh,
think you'll be
look,
fine.
Pops, don't touch that. Here, I'll just show it to you.
Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have today with you guys. This was our Road to Comic-Con episode. A lot of things to get hyped for with Comic-Con, but we'll be breaking the news for you, hopefully live, if not 15 minutes after the trailer's release. We'll show you, what those trailers were. Thank you guys for coming on the show. Of
course.
I
Thanks for
really
having me.
appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Dan, where can we see you next? Where can we find you?
I am on the Twitter at thisoldnerd is my handle there. I'm on Instagram at AnaheimDan57.
Couldn't get Danaheim?
No, damn it. That'd been really good. No, Twitter is mostly either political posts or wrestling posts. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty one-track minded there.
Yeah, if you want to see Joe Biden lay the smack down
Oh, man.
on Dick Cheney.
Oh
then-
man, I would pay to watch that match. Joe Biden would tear. Well, unless shotguns are involved.
Yeah,
It's like
ooh.
an Extreme Rules match. Shotgun to the face.
Steve, where can we see you next?
Well, I actually just got cast in a production of The Tempest at Long Beach Playhouse, and we open there the first weekend of September. So if you're seeing this before that, like, this week sometime before Comic-Con.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this episode out before Comic-Con.
Yeah. So you have that. So if I don't see you before then I'll see you at Long Beach Playhouse. Also in about 2 weeks, I'll be on another podcast, Geek Shock, which I've talked about before. That's done by some friends of mine in Vegas that I used to work with at Star Trek: The Experience.
Nice.
It's loud, it's raucous. It's an audio podcast, and they usually go about an hour and a half, if not longer. But it's basically the Week in Geek. They also have a segment called News You Don't Give a Shit About. So
don't pay attention to that.
yeah. And basically where they just get to talk about stuff and then go, what? Yeah, who thought that was a good idea? And so I'll be doing that in a couple of weeks, so keep an eye out on that. And you can listen to past episodes on Geek Shock, geekshock.com. uglycatshow.com. No, uglycatshow.com. Geek Shock podcast, something like that.
All right, I'm glad to have you doing
So Google Geek Shock.
Yeah.
Google Geek Shock
and then figure it out yourself.
and figure it out. Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening to us, for watching us. If you're listening to us, maybe it's on our podcasts at Apple Podcasts or on SoundCloud. If you're watching us, it's definitely on YouTube. That's the only place you're going to be watching us. Please feel free, like, comment, subscribe. We want to hear from you. #Keeg Talk. It's amazing when we get that rapport with our audience. We can answer questions on the air and see how that goes. If you want to know what everyone's up to, just message us. Thank you to Comic Quest in Lake Forest, California, specifically Southern California, Orange County, Southern Orange County. Yeah, did you have something?
Nominated for retailer of outstanding retailer. What is it, the Eisner Award? For outstanding retailer.
We're not getting you to do our press. Or Steve.
That thing. You got the thing.
They were nominated for something.
Some kind of a thing with the deal.
Nominated for an award. It's well deserved. Well deserved. This comic shop has everything from merchandise to pop figurines to comics to gaming. So come on down if you're in the area, or if you're not in the area, buy a plane ticket. Come down, check out Comic Quest. They're really good to us, so we want to be really good to them, and they're awesome. They deserve it. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. Once again, I'm your host Dimithri, and this has been The Keeg.
Woo.